Now, you're getting close to the end. Um, One thing I want you to make absolutely certain of is that you have followed the written entry guidelines. So, your title page for your ICDC paper must have all of the information that's shown here, and this is the 2017 DECA guide. So you write out the full name of your project, not CSP, but Community Service Project, if that's the one that you've done. Your title, the name of your DECA chapter, so that would be your school, the name of your high school, your school address, the city, state or province, and postal code, the names of the participants, make sure they're clear, and the date. The date can be anything up to and including the day that you have to hand in your paper. Now, the table of contents is going to go after the title page. It says it can be single spaced. The table of contents and the cover page are not numbered. I've already shown you how to do that. The body of the written paper begins with section 1, the executive summary, and continues from there. The first page of the body is numbered page 1. Now, please note here, it says this outline must be followed. Points for each section are included in the written event evaluation form. Here's the key. All of these, and in this order, are what the judge is going to be looking for. So you have to have your table of contents look exactly like this. Not sort of like this or generally like this. It is exactly like this. So first of all, you're going to type out all of those headings. You're going to label them exactly the same way that they have them in the DECA guide. And you're going to have Roman numerals for each section and then AB for each of the subsections. You are allowed to add sections. I highly recommend that you don't. It just makes it easier for the judge when they are judging. So, what we want to do is generate a table of contents, and there is a section of your screen that you've probably ignored most of the time, and honestly, you have to think of everything on your screen in terms of valuable real estate. So Microsoft has used this whole area of styles. It's taken up that much space, so it's important. So you're going to learn how to use styles now. So the sections or section headings, we're going to label as heading 1. Heading 1, I've done most of this already. The A, B, C, the subsections, you're going to label as heading 2. And for some reason it's taking out my A, B, C, so we're going to put those back in. And I have already put in the rest of the paper. Whoops, that needs to be a capital. And I want these to be formatted exactly the same for here. Okay, so I've got the whole paper done. And everything is labeled as heading 1 or heading 2. Now, your program will have chosen to do these in blue. If you are not planning on printing in color, then you should change these to black. If you aren't printing in color, what these will come out is gray, which is harder to read. But you don't have to go through and change all of these separately. What you're going to do is you're going to click on Modify. By right-clicking on heading 1, you're going to say Modify, and I'm going to change the color to black. You can change the size if you want, but I don't recommend it. So you'll notice that all of heading 1 has now changed to black. I'm going to change heading 2 to black by doing exactly the same thing. Okay, now, in order to generate a table of contents, you have to have heading 1 and heading 2. You can have heading 3, but in this case, in Decapapers, there's no such thing as a third level of headings. So we're going to go to this page where I've got the table of contents. And we're going to go to the References ribbon. We're going to go to Automatic Table 1. And notice that the table of contents is now in there. Now, let's say that I go and I change this. I've added things to it. I go back up here and I can see that section 3 is still listed as being on page 2. I don't want it to be there. I want it to redo. So before you go to print your paper, double click here. Say Update Table, update page numbers only, and now you'll see that Reset Search Methods is now moved to page 3. Okay, now you can also, because you want Table of Contents to be your title, you can delete that line. And I can move that up. So there is your generated table of contents.